Hey guys, it's Hannah and this is Bookworms Talk, and today I am going to first address the fact that I'm filming in a blank space. I think it's like the first time I've ever filmed in front of just blankness. But it won't stay that way. Up above me I have a faux what language was that? I have a faux skull which I wanted to like dangle necklaces upon, and I have so much artwork that I can't even fit on my walls, and I want to start putting it on this wall, but for right now I'm really indecisive and I haven't decided what to put where, and I don't want to put excess holes in my walls, so it's blank for right now. I actually have one near me. Stuff kind of this nature. I'm kind of gonna go more subtle tones, not necessarily black and white, but just less color. But today I'm going to be filming my April favorites, and first things first, I'm going to start with a book like I always do, but it's kind of a lie, so don't get your hopes up too much. It is a planner with cats on it. I love this. I got it from Barnes & Noble around December, I want to say. But it's just a 2016 planner, and I've been really into the planner life. I think there's like an actual name for it. But this is a horizontal planner, and I decorate it. This was my first month, and I was crazy with the stickers. And so all my stickers mean different things, and I just, washi tape for pretties. So like the bees are here that I don't think you can see. They just mean something that if I forget it, it's going to sting, basically. I don't know. I'm scared of bees, so I put bee stickers on things that if I forget it, I will die, which is what I think will happen if a bee touches me, but I'm not allergic. And then I have little stamps for travel. I love compass roses. I wanted to get a tattoo of one for the longest time. And then I have these little antlers for whenever I meet with Megan, and that was a weekend of confusion and change plans, so I had lots of Megan stickers, but that's just because she decorates with, or she has them around. I don't know, I associate her with like animalistic thing. I don't know where I'm going with this. Megan, you know what I mean. She's really great with interior design, and she's just, I don't know, it's so uniquely her. Like when I see something, I'm like, that is a Megan style, but I don't have English words for it. But yeah, so I've just been using my planner. I fell out of it for like 2 weeks, but for the most part, I've stayed up on it. So this is something kind of random. I've been really liking these makeup wipes. They're the Aveeno Active Naturals Ultra Calming Makeup Removing Wipes. They have a little flap right here, so it keeps the wipes extra moist. That word. But it just keeps them from drying out, and it has a really lovely scent. I don't know how I would describe the smell. So yeah, it's like cucumbery and chrysanthemum-y, but not in a really, really strong way. I am really lazy and I have to do all of that because I don't like sitting at the sink and scrubbing. Something else I'm going to talk about is an eyeshadow. It is by MAC and it is called Omega, and this is the shade right here. I'm actually using it as contour today. It makes for a really pretty subtle contour. I also use it to fill my eyebrows. I did not do that today with this, but oh God, I forgot. I have lightened my hair. If you've noticed, like what this thing is, that is purple. There's some hideaway purples in here, and I lightened my hair to the shade, like, I think it's a 9 or 10 on the hair scale. This is what it looks like up close. I am filming on my vlog camera today, so if you don't like the quality, please let me know. If you do like the quality, please let me know. But so it has the autofocus capability without being obnoxious and so that's the color up close. And I just find this to be a really, really versatile shadow. MAC eyeshadows have now dropped down in price to $6, whereas I think they were at 10 or 12. Two more makeup items that I want to quickly mention is the NYX Angel Veil Primer. I bought mine ages and ages ago, and it's just a white primer. And when you blend it on your skin, it does leave a little bit of lightness behind. For me, I'm so fair, I don't really notice any difference. But it just makes your skin feel very velvety, and this is definitely a pore filling kind of base. I'm like almost out of this. I bought another one. I will say it's expensive, so I would only ever get it on a sale, honestly. I was shocked when I read my receipt. I'm like, wait, it was that much? So that's what it looks like. It's pretty thick and white, and then you blend it out like this. And that's it. A really, really affordable foundation that I have been loving is the Wet n Wild Coverall Foundation, and I have mine in the shade 815 Fair. This is actually fair enough for me. It's a really neutral base, almost gray in an undertone. I feel like I might have mentioned it in last month's favorites, but it's pretty much the foundation that I've exclusively been using. I love it. Today I have on the IT Cosmetics CC Cream, which I love too. I would say it's like a satin-y finish, and the wear time isn't as long as like really long wearing foundations like the Revlon Stay All Day, or is that something what it's called? color stay. I mean, it stays on just as well as my L'Oreal True Match does, and this is cheaper. Apologies if things are bumped around, or I'm like way too close up now. I had to go change batteries, and I'm filming on my vlog camera, so not that familiar with filming proper videos with it. But anyway, I have one last physical favorite, and it is the Sea Booth Egyptian Argan Oil Body Butter. This smells phenomenal. You can get this, that face. You can get this at Target or Ulta. I bought mine at Target. It's probably more affordable there. I don't even know how I would oh wait, I do know how I would describe it. It smells like this body scrub. It's a sand-based body scrub by Lush, and I will insert the name here. I cannot think of it for the life of me, but it kind of smells like argan oil and like a little bit caramelly, but not in a sweet way whatsoever. God, I'm so bad at describing smells. This shit just smells really good, and it's cruelty-free, paraben-free, and petroleum mineral oil-free as well. I watched a lot of movies this month. I'm so proud of myself. Like, I think I might have actually watched more movies than the amount of days in the month. Which, I mean, it was my goal. But I'm going to talk about my couple favorites here, and I have an entire separate video where I do really quick synopses for the movies, or I just skip over them and say not even worth describing, not worth a watch kind of thing. But I have a couple favorites, so I'm just going to tell you. There's one, it is on Netflix, and it is called Goodbye World. It's kind of about the grid shutting down. It's kind of about the apocalypse, but not in the sense of like Hollywood apocalypse. But that's not the focus of the movie. That's just the backdrop of the movie. It's really about people and their relationships, and it's actually really funny. I did not think it would be funny. I thought it would be like a drama or like some kind of survivalist type of movie, and it's really not like that. There's this couple, Lily, and I think his name is Michael. No, James and Lily. And they live out in the country, and they're like kind of hippy-dippy. They want to live sustainably, and they have their young daughter out there with them. And then there are these people that they knew from high school and college, and they're all going out there necessarily for reunion kind of style, but really it's reunion style. And that is when this whole grid shutdown happens. And throughout the movie, you kind of get their backstory slowly, and you get to know each of the characters. I feel like there's a cast of like, I don't know, maybe like 8 or so main characters. And then they have neighbors around there that are needing supplies, but then it's really kind of like a you fend for yourself kind of thing. You don't brag about having this, that, or the other, because then they come and take it, and then there's drama like that. But that's, again, just the world that it's set in, not necessarily the point of the movie. Another movie that I really, really liked was called Mystic River. It's an old one, and it's a crime drama, but it's about a girl who was murdered, and it's kind of her father's story as well. When he was a boy, him and his 2 friends, or 3 friends, were really close, and they were out on the streets, and there was a man that came up, said he was a cop. They were writing in cement on the ground, and he was like, well, I'm going to take you back home to your mother's house and like talk to her about this. And so one of the boys goes in the car, and the man is not a cop, and he takes him away, and all the other boys are really scarred from that, and like what that choice that they all essentially made by not stopping him, or if it had been one or the other one, like it really fucked them up mentally. And so it kind of jumps into the future, and it's one of those boys' daughters that is the one that is murdered. And so you have flashbacks in history to when they were younger and things that have happened and how those relationships are, and a lot of other various things, but it's essentially all brought back together because of one of their daughter's murders. So really good movie. It was a lot better than I expected. I'm not really a fan of Sean Penn, but damn, he did really well in that movie. One last movie, and it is called The Forest. It is a relatively new DVD release. I was really interested in seeing this movie when it was in theaters. I had little to no idea what it was about. I kind of assumed it was get lost in the forest and ghosts are there or some kind of thing. I wasn't that far off. There is a forest in Japan, and I can't say it and I will just butcher it, but essentially it means the sea of trees, and it's known as the suicide forest. So the main character's sister has gone to Japan to teach English, I believe. So then her sister that is in Japan goes missing, and the police call her, let her know what's happening, and that the last place that she was known to go was the suicide forest. And they're thinking, well, it's a suicide forest, obviously. So it's either she's gonna come out or they don't want to search for her. And so her sister is just not having that. And so she goes there, is trying to hire a guide or someone to help her search the forest. And there's so much mythology and genuine belief in what the forest is, and that if you have any sadness in you, it can sense that, and it will make you want to die when you go into the forest. And so it's like the forest as this personified thing that is alive. And they do have, I'm gonna actually look up the Japanese name for it. It does not translate as ghosts to us. in like westernized culture. So essentially the forest, yes, is this personified thing that is alive and it tricks you. There is this one scene that I found very, very interesting where they're using the river as a guide for direction. And she's looking down at the river and she sees something pass, and then she looks up to the man that's with her, and he looks over and he's like, yeah. They have a little conversation. And then he starts walking the other way and she's like, what are you doing? We were going this way. He's like, we're following the direction of the river down the mountain. And she looks back down at it, everything's flipped around, and you're like, oh my God. And it's like the first time that you realize, all right, some shit really is, there's some shit going on. The movie is really deep though for a horror movie. Suicide is a theme throughout the movie, I mean, obviously. And then there are lots of flashbacks to Sarah, she's the protagonist, her and her sister Jess's childhood and things that have happened. And there are really interesting ways of how verbally it leads you one way and then visually it leads you another way. And you kind of have to be paying attention when you watch this movie. If you watch it but like half watch it, you're not gonna like it, you're not gonna understand what's going on. I was really impressed by it. I went into it, yeah, not thinking much for it, but I was very, very happily surprised. And guys, I have some favorites in the way of poetry. It's been a while, I know. So this I just found on Tumblr, I don't know where it's from, and it goes like this. Me and you were unfinished, like a sentence that started too late and never knew when to end. This is from Andrea Gibson, and it's slightly long, but I'm gonna go ahead and read it anyway. Lately, I've been thinking about who I want to love and how I want to love and why I want to love the way I want to love and what I need to learn to love that way and who I need to become the kind of love I want to be. And when I break it all down, when I whittle it into a single breath, it essentially comes out like this. Before I die, I want to be somebody's favorite hiding place. The place they can put everything they know they need to survive, every secret, every solitude, every nervous prayer, and to be absolutely certain I will keep it safe. I will keep it safe. I must say that is very beautiful, and I'm very impressed with my tongue for going through that without stuttering. Oh, this was from a movie that I saw, but really I haven't finished it, so I'm not including it in my monthly roundup. I cannot pronounce the man's name, but I'm going to try. Savas Dimopoulos. It's from the movie Particle Fever, documentary really, and here's how it goes. Why do humans do science? Why do they do art? The things that are least important for our survival are the very things that make us human. I don't have much in the way of music favorites. I've just kind of been listening to a lot of Lord Huron, the Stevenson Ranch Davidians. What else have I been jingle jamming to? Oh, Keaton Hinson, like crazy amount of Keaton Hinson. And I've kind of been delving back into some really old favorites, like Third Eye Blind kind of old favorites, Nirvana old favorites. I'm just kind of like, I need more music. I need more. So that is about it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this, and if you have any suggestions for videos that you would like to see me do in the future, please leave them down there in the comments. I know that you guys want to see book reviews. I've been in a book slump. I feel like this entire past year plus this year and a half, I've been in like this giant book slump. I wish I could get out of it. There is a book of poetry that I got recently, and I plan on reading that, and I will review it on Right About Now's poetry channel. And I will let you guys know obviously when that's up, and you should follow me on social media so that I can let you know when things are up if you're not someone that avidly checks YouTube. I often post my videos on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, God, Hannah. But yeah, if you follow me on my social platforms, then you'll find out when I post things and what's going on with my life. So I will see you guys later next time on Bookworm Stock. Bye. T-Rex arms. Donald Trump hands. Look how tiny they are. Oh my God, I feel so itchy. There's cat hair everywhere. My last movie is words. Kind of throughout the day when I like get a whiff of my wrist or something. I was going to say elbow, but then I was like, when do I ever get a whiff of my elbow? But I plan on putting an Edward Hopper repainting, what's it called?